from Southwest Florida's news leader. This is Wink News at 11.
Neighbors nervous over one particular house on their street.
I'm getting ready to purchase a gun for the first time in my life.
A shooting sends one person to the hospital, why neighbors say they're starting to arm themselves.
Paris is burning as protesters set fires in the streets. Why they're so angry, officials putting the city on lockdown.
Elves working around the clock to get presents ready for Christmas. How the Christmas spirit is alive and well in Southwest Florida.
And rain is on the way. See that large area of rain moving through the panhandle? Well, it's heading here to Southwest Florida. Let's bring in Wink News meteorologist Zach Malog. Now, Zach, when can we expect the rain?
Likely we start dry tomorrow morning, but starting off in the 60s.
Morgan and New right now, deputies arrested a man for armed robbery. Wilter Lagos is accused of using a gun to rob a woman. It happened on Palm Beach Boulevard and Waverly Avenue in Fort Myers early this morning. Lagos faces multiple charges.
Prosecutors.
Families are in mourning after a pair of roommates are killed in a double murder. Trey Ingram was a boxer in Daytona Beach, and he was ready to make it big for his family.
All he wanted to do was box, make a living for his family, because where he come from, they don't make it out. But he made it out.
He was adamant about not just being a fighter, but even after leaving the gym, how to conduct himself as a gentleman.
And police found their bodies inside the apartment last night. So far, no suspect has been arrested. Trust Wink News to let you know when we learn more. And just days from now, a man accused of taking pictures of women's skirts at Target may soon have to let police go through his phone. Prosecutors want Kane Podolsky to hand over the password to unlock his phone he used to take those pictures. A judge could decide that on Monday. Deputies say they caught him taking those violating pictures. Now, crews are scouring the Rocky Mountains searching for this missing hiker. 20-year-old Micah Tice was last seen 2 weeks ago. He is an Air Force Academy cadet. Park rangers found his car 2 days later. Ground teams, trained dogs, and helicopters all are searching for Tice. But his parents are blaming the government. They say they're not doing enough.
Members of our armed forces and thousands of other Americans are enraged that an American military member has been abandoned. President Trump has the ability to break through the bureaucratic mess of agency and elected officials who are now posturing and refusing to work with each other to rescue my son, Micah Tice. President Trump, we plead for your help.
Friends and family say Micah's last cell phone activity was recorded on November 25th, about 10,000 feet. That's the area rescue crews are focusing on. Biggest nights of the year in Cape Coral. Thousands of motorcyclists took part in Cape's Bike Night. You'll notice some drastic changes, though. The wider sidewalks now in the area have made the street space more narrow. All bikes and vendors had to set up elsewhere. While the changes is upsetting to some, the city says they're hoping to make improvements for future bike nights.
I think at this point in time we're going to run this program and see how it works and get some feedback and see what happens for our February event.
And tonight's event took place along Southeast 47th Terrace with a bunch of bands as well. And Paris is burning. The city is on lockdown tonight as riot police and demonstrators clash in the streets. The Yellow Vest protest started 2 weeks ago over a gas tax. But that's only escalated. You can see the fires in the streets and the tear gas released by police. The Nightbeat's Charlie Diagata has the latest from Paris.
The famous Champs-Élysées turned into a scene.
Just the president's son-in-law offered advice to the Saudi crown prince. The New York Times says Jared Kushner told him to just weather the storm. It's in reference to the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Intelligence links the prince to Khashoggi's murder, but the Trump administration insists there is no direct evidence. The Saudi government denies the crown prince's involvement.
Cars underwater, streets flooded. For those living in Houston, it was a somber reminder of Hurricane Harvey that hit just a year ago. More than 6 inches of rain fell in the city from late Friday night through Saturday morning. It was Houston's wettest day since Hurricane Harvey.
Now, from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News at 11.
A Florida family is in mourning tonight. This is Captain Jamar Risalard. He is from South Florida and died in a crash off the coast of Japan. Tonight we are hearing from one of his closest friends. The Nightbeat's Hank Tester sat down with him.
Aerial refueling is always dicey.
He's like a brother to me.
And during his time in the service, Risalard was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal as well. Miami have new sex abuse allegations against him. Yesterday, the Jesuits of the U.S. Central and Southern Province released a list of 42 priests accused of sexual misconduct. The report didn't say how long the priests were assigned in Miami or if the claims came from the church in downtown Miami. The province says they are not releasing the location to protect those survivors.
On their way to
help those in need, inside the kettle for the Salvation Army, someone donated a solid gold coin. This happened in Orlando this week. The coin is from 1904 and originally worth 20 bucks, but it's now worth much more. The donation pushed the Salvation Army much closer to their seasonal goal of $250,000.
I believe Orlando is one of the most philanthropic cities I've ever been in, so I still believe it's going to happen.
There's only about 15 days left in the Red Kettle campaign. Now, how do you discourage a porch pirate? By ensuring what's inside isn't worth stealing. One woman in Massachusetts ordered a glitter bomb hoping to catch a thief in action. Yesterday morning, the package was gone, but a trail of glitter was left behind. Unfortunately, officers didn't find the bandit, but that woman hopes the crook got the message.
The message inside of the glitter bomb said, "Please stop stealing our packages," so I hope they just get the message and cut it out.
When you sit back and think about it, look how creative this idea is.
I think it is absolutely brilliant. There's nothing worse than trying to clean up glitter when you open up a card. I can't imagine a package. So
it stays on you too forever.
It does. And these guys deserve it. It's like, knock it off. Yes. We're going to glitter bomb you.
Exactly.
Wink News, the web.
And brand new body camera video from an incident that led to a football player's arrest. Police in California just released this video from a domestic violence incident that led to Reuben Foster's arrest. The Nightbeat's Maria Medina breaks down the incident that led to the 49ers cutting this player.
I'm gonna put your handcuffs, man.
October 12th, 2018.
Turn around.
And the 49ers cut Foster shortly after his arrest. The Washington Redskins picked him up just a few days later.
Police.
Kids vaping in high school bathrooms is becoming an increasingly worse problem, but one school in Massachusetts thinks they may have found a solution. They installed vape detectors in bathrooms. It's not a camera, but instead detects vape smoke. It sends an alert to faculty cell phones. The school's principal says it's not about catching students in the act, it's about keeping them safe. Let's get that final check of weather.
Rain showers, storms return for tomorrow. Luckily, we need it, and we see them moving into southwest Florida by the early afternoon. If you live in Charlotte County, expect those showers by 1 p.m., moving towards the southeast through at least 6 to 7 p.m. in the evening. And then we see a few small showers lingering into Monday morning, and then the cooler temperatures return. Mid-60s, that's all we'll see for Tuesday afternoon, and temperatures drop back into the mid-40s for Wednesday. And then they rebound back in the mid to upper 70s ahead of another cold front next Friday.
Sounds good to me. All right, thanks for joining us. Have a great night.